Today, I'm going to talk about savings accounts and how people are getting ripped off without even realizing it. The game the banks are playing with savings accounts is infuriating. Banks are setting up different savings accounts that sound similar, sound almost the same, but pay very different rates of interest. And you may have heard that Capital One, that has a great savings account, not paying the very highest interest rates, but paying close to 4.5%, has most of its customers who don't specifically request that savings account in one that pays like about 1/3% of interest, or like 1/14 or 15th of what people are getting by going into the heavily promoted Capital One savings account. And so they're getting sued about that, and I'm sure other banks are going to get sued about it. And the banks will pay some restitution. It won't be close to the money that they've taken advantage of you with. But you need to be aware, because inertia is a bad habit that so many of us have with money. Whatever we've been doing, we do. We don't actually look at it, and we don't realize till later that, hey, wait a minute. They only paid me $8 in interest last year. My money should have made me hundreds of dollars in interest, or thousands of dollars in interest, or whatever it is. Because the biggest banks are still, if you don't look and aren't paying attention, they're still paying as little as 1/100th of 1% on your savings, while other banks are paying 5% or so, or even that same bank, just by going in a differently named savings account, may be paying 3-4% or so, not 5. But the reality is, it's your money. You worked hard for it. You saved it. You want to earn what you can on it. So please be active, not passive, with your savings. Do you know there's something like $8 trillion in money? That sounds impossible. Sitting in savings accounts. That's a figure I saw recently. That couldn't possibly be true, could it? 8 trillion? That sounds totally impossible. Anyway, there's a lot of money sitting in savings right now, whatever the actual number is. And if what I've heard is way off base, I'll correct that later, Kristen, when I read, oops, where'd I come up with that figure? The real number is so-and-so. But the point is the same. There's a lot of money sitting in savings, and most of it is earning puny returns. Don't be one of these Capital One customers that are like woulda, coulda, shoulda, who are earning 0.3 instead of somewhere close to 4.5% on their savings. That's your money. That is your money, and you want to earn every last penny you can on it.
And we do weekly, we update our Clark.com/savings accounts page, which we compare the best rates we can find. So bookmark that page.